Hello, everybody. My name is Isaac Joel. Welcome to the first episode of Opus Vita Talks podcast, where we discuss my favorite things, which mostly consists of movies. If you don't know exactly who I am, I will give you a brief backstory of myself. I am a certified director, producer, and screenwriter from the Los Angeles School Film Connection. I graduated there not too long ago. I opened and operated a studio successfully for a year, and I have been a full-time photographer for the last 3 years. I'm gonna say, and I have done many different projects with people in Arizona and out of state. And I have a lot of insight and experience when it comes to onsets and productions and how a product should come out at the final end, even though I'm just some amateur local filmmaker. I do have a lot of insight through my experience. And that is why we are here at this podcast. We are going to be discussing all of that here with my friends. We're going to get this show going on. We have a lot of topics to go through. I'm going to introduce my friend right here next to me, Ronan Revenge. Ronan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. They call me many names. You know, some are alike, some are different. You never know, you know. But, you know.
We've done a lot of projects together. Ronan is one of my very, very best friends, pretty much.
Yeah, Dennis, we do this stuff all
We
the
do
time.
this
We do
so
stuff all
much.
the
We
time.
just, it is currently Thursday night as we're taping this. We just got back from the movies. We saw Zombieland 2. We're going to discuss that. But this is pretty much what we do every.
Yeah. I am very interested in the visual arts. I've been modeling for a couple of years. I've gone to many network events, and I talk to a lot of photographers, videographers, people like Isaac Joel and many other more. And I basically just like to make things. You know, I'm very into aesthetics, very into things that look cool. And you know, the list pretty much goes on. Just like a visual creative. That's just kind of the work I kind of dabble in. You know, part of the reason as to why me and Isaac get along so well is because of our love of movies. You know, and the fact that we talk about them all the time.
Do you remember when I had the studio and you would come over like pretty much every other night, and we would watch some movie? And we would just dissect it. We would watch some old movie, just dissect it, talk about it, talk why we liked it, why we didn't like it, and we would try and incorporate that with projects that we were talking about or wanting to do in the future.
Yeah, it even got to the point where we started showing each other movies that we were also a fan of. You know what I'm saying? You started showing me things. I started showing you things.
Showing me things that made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, chaotic evil. You know,
but good uncomfortable, because when we talk about movies, there can't be any lines. There can't be any boundaries. There can't be any level of I can't watch that. If a movie is meant to make you feel uncomfortable, then it's done its job. And that's why I love watching the horror movies that you have me watch. Would you consider them horror movies, like Suspiria, Mandy? What would you categorize those movies
possibly.
as?
I mean, there are definitely horror elements of in it. Horror, thriller, suspense. It's all such interesting like umbrellas.
If you're hearing these
subcategories.
movies for the first time, you definitely need to watch these movies.
Absolutely.
These are movies that Miles made, Ronan made me watch.
Hand picked,
Yes.
hand selected. Absolutely, you know. So, Yeah, I don't know. Like I've always liked when, movies and especially the horror genre, when we talk about the idea of scaring somebody or potentially making someone feel uncomfortable. It's all under the same umbrella. And I've always felt that way when movies have always visually presented itself as an assault of the senses in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes it
Whether
more
it
of an
took care of
experience.
us or whether it beat us.
Yeah. Whether it's more of an experience,
Yeah.
that just makes it more, in fact, more interesting, I feel.
I'm so excited to talk about movies with you on this couch every Friday, bro.
Yeah, bro. We do it every day. It's like the microphones are just now on.
We're gonna now
There we go.
introduce you guys to our producer, the man behind the chair, checking the facts for me, making sure we are up to date with everything. This is
Schmooled
Ruben
off the bliggity.
Rapalda. Ruben.
What is up, everybody? Happy to be here. Happy to get this thing on the road.
Ow!
I'm so excited. Isaac came up with this idea because we've done podcasts before with other names, and we're reviving it basically with a little different style. More of a natural conversation style.
Yes.
But I'm excited. I'm happy to produce this and get this started. So we're kicking off this podcast with a few trailers that came out this week. We got Doolittle and Jungle Cruise.
Jesus.
Oh, this is not going good. All right.
Whatever graveyard they crawled out of.
Hold on. Can we talk about Doolittle for a quick second?
Jesus Christ.
I remember telling you, Ronan, about this movie, not knowing if this movie was actually real. I remember we were driving one hot summer morning to the movies,
Seriously.
seeing something, and I was like, "Look, dude, I don't know if this movie is real or not, so don't take my word for shit." But I think Robert Downey Jr. is doing a movie, a reboot for Dr. Dolittle.
My heart fucking sank, bro. My heart fucking sank. Because, this was we were still when we had this conversation, we were still in talks about the things happening with Marvel, with the release of all the D23 stuff.
Yeah.
And like we were kind of even like questioning Robert Downey Jr. and his projects after this, and the fact that it happens to be Doolittle and it happens to be real. I don't know what I could say much more, bro.
I didn't even know if it was real until you sent me the poster. Did you see that god awful poster?
Oh
when
my
did you find out
God,
about this
dude.
movie this year?
CGI.
This year.
What?
Yeah.
CGI.
No. I heard about this movie right after Infinity War.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's
what?
when I
And
learned
yes,
about
yes. But this movie has actually been in development for a while. This is don't think that this is a Disney movie, because don't let those titles fool you when they say from producers of Alice in Wonderland and Maleficent, those Disney movies. This is a Universal Pictures movie, first and foremost. Just to get that out of the way. Second of all,
I hate that we're talking about.
I hate that we're talking
I hate that we're talking about. I hate that this is real. I hate this is real.
This movie was having a lot of problems on set. I heard they switched directors because this can probably not be true, but I heard the first director was getting very frustrated because he didn't understand the concept of CGI. He was an older gentleman, I guess. So when he's looking at the monitors and they're filming, he's like, "I don't. Where's the duck? Where's the talking duck?" And he apparently he lost his freaking mind, not understanding all of this thing, all this CGI that was pretty much juggling around. Kicked the can. They brought in somebody new.
And it's crazy that you say this, because then we wonder why actors are like bad. Like we look at the actor and be like, why is that actor acting bad? You know what I'm saying? When they're in these movies, it's because these actors are not acting, because you don't act to be in a green warehouse talking to tennis balls. You know what I'm saying? And interacting with foam cubes. That's not how you act. You know what I mean? I could only imagine how frustrating that really is. You know?
I don't think this was a good look for Robert Downey Jr.
That's interesting. Yeah, but does he need good looks? Like, look, dude, he has spent 10 years with Marvel. It doesn't matter what the fuck he's gonna do.
Well, according to his bank account, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because this dude is gonna be set for the rest of his life. But I guess my expectation and hope was to see what he can do after the Marvel phase.
That's interesting.
Where is he going to be going now with his acting career? We already know Sherlock Holmes 3 is confirmed. That is happening. I believe that's probably coming out right when he's done with this project. He is acting the exact same way. He sounds and looks the exact same as Sherlock Holmes. The accent and everything. It's okay to be afraid.
I just don't understand. It's like a fantasy movie. Like, this is what we're
supposed to be
about.
very epic.
Yeah, where's the
music?
epic? It was like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the hell, dude? And I didn't understand. I didn't understand, bro. Look, man. I don't know. Like,
this was a bad example of taking a old song and epicing it up for your score.
I just want to know who was asking for it. This was a horrible
track.
I just want to know
who was asking for it.
Where did this come from? You know, but then again, you know, there are a lot of movies that have just crawled out of some type of cave and just made its way to, and, like, you know, real people.
Here's the thing, Ronan. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to like the trailer. I watched it so many times because I wanted to like it.
No, dude. No.
It's Robert Downey Jr. I want to root for the guy. I want him to have a good, successful career after.
Well, now moving on to the other trailer that came out this week, Jungle Cruise. I did not see this trailer.
Do not advance further. You know what I'm saying? Just stay where you are.
I saw the thumbnail.
You know?
I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. Just don't venture further.
Have you seen Jumanji, the Jumanji trailers? Have you seen the Rampage trailers? Have you seen Dwayne Johnson being Dwayne Johnson? That's all it is, dude. He's wearing the same exact clothes that he has been in all these movies, man. It's the same thing. Dwayne Johnson playing Dwayne Johnson, dude. I will never forget the monstrosity that he made me go through with Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, Jesus Christ. PTSD comes with that name, brother.
He traumatized us. He made me squeal like a piggy in that movie theater, man. I will never forget what he did to us.
Look, dude, I'm convinced at this point that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in fact cloning himself, because this is the only way you could do these fucking movies is render himself the exact same with a great T-shirt.
Show on HBO as well.
Yeah, dude.
He's got all these blockbuster movies.
No way, man. No way, bro. No way. And he's doing shit like Hobbs and Shaw.
Apparently, he made up with Vin Diesel. By the way,
yeah,
I heard that.
That beef is still going on.
No. Apparently, they made up.
Oh, Jesus
Vin Diesel
Christ,
and Rock.
dude. Apparently. That was fucking crazy.
Isn't there another beef with
Tyrese hates The Rock. Hates because he stole like his like child support money, something like that.
Jesus fucking Christ! Why do we?
We're going off topic. We're going way off topic.
Look, Emily,
I feel bad for Emily. People,
I feel bad for Emily Blunt.
Me too.
I think I really gave her benefit of the doubt with Mary Poppins. I went and saw Mary Poppins. I went and saw Mary Poppins, bro. I wanted to like it, dude. Did you ever see the old vintage one? Remember they used to make us watch it in school?
Yeah.
Look, it wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't a great movie, and it flopped, and I think it even lost money. So Emily Blunt has been doing these not so good movies with Disney, and here she has another one, Jungle Cruise with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Of course, this movie's gonna pull in money from Dwayne. No. I think for the most part. But yeah, I think the question.
I don't know.
Movie.
This movie is going to. I wonder how long it's going to be in the theaters for. Will it be one of those record breaking things? Because Hellboy was in the theaters for like 2 weeks, dude. You know, and that currently holds the mantle for like the shortest movie that's been in the theaters.
Hellboy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Man.
I just don't know who's
what
gonna
the
see this
runtime
movie,
of this
dude.
movie is going to be.
Comes out in July.
I'm
gonna say an hour
Ooh,
37.
hot summer.
Hour 37.
Wait,
what's the runtime?
What's the runtime?
On what?
On Jungle Cruise.
Well, I don't think they're done with the movie.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. But also, though, when does Jumanji 2 come out?
That's in
Oh,
December.
Jesus, fuck.
Of this
Wow.
year?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
dude, that's coming out along with Star Wars, dude. That's a suicide mission. They were trying to bury that movie. Dude.
It's like I think it's like 2 weeks before or a week before Star Wars.
I hate that they pull my boy Danny DeVito into that.
Oh,
I know we keep talking about Jumanji, but then it's the same movies, man. These are the same movies.
but why I'm saying it's like, what? Look, I understand you got to make a living, but it's like
You gotta have a living at some point.
I completely understand that, dude. I know I truly understand doing dumb shit for money. I completely get it, right? But what I'm saying is like, there comes to a point where like, you know, when you're an actor doing shitty movies like this, it comes to the point where you may that's like associated with your representation, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Like.
These actors clearly don't care about their reputation, specifically Dwayne. I'm not a Dwayne fan. I think that's kind of clear.
Never met him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
We've gone long enough.
I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. I have nothing to say about it. I have nothing to say about it. It's a movie about a fucking ride. What else do I got? Move on. What else do I got, Ruben?
All right. So, a few weeks ago, we got word that Jonah Hill was in deep talks to join the Batman movie. That's coming out in 2022, I think.
It's scheduled for 2022, and we're having conversations about it now.
I believe so, or
Wow.
it could be 2021.
Well, I
I could be
mean,
wrong. Let me double check.
They're in casting. They're
I
in
believe
casting
it-
stage.
it actually might
true,
be.
very true,
Yeah.
very true.
2021.
They got a
Oh,
script.
2021.
They got a
Okay.
script.
So
That makes sense.
they'll start shooting, next year.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited about, seeing Jonah Hill.
I love this topic. I love this topic because this is just a Batman topic first and foremost. I can't express my excitement for this movie anymore. Okay, I am obsessed with every news that comes out about the Batman project. Okay, I am not this excited about any Marvel Disney Plus TV show, Lady and the Tramp movie that's going on. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
Speak for
very
yourself, buddy.
I'm very proud of what Marvel has done with their success of Endgame, but excitement just hasn't been there the same when news drops about Marvel projects. So, but I have a great feeling every time I hear about this Batman project. And hey, I may be wrong when this happens. I totally may be overestimating this project, but I love Matt Reeves. I love what he did with Planet of the Apes, the trilogy.
When we go back even before when the Batman was just kind of a rumor, and then the Robert Pattinson was kind of like floating around, rumored and stuff like that. I was skeptical just because it's like, we would be going through another Batman again. And
Yeah,
stuff
we
like that.
we just got done wrong with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto and
all that shit show,
and
freak show stuff,
freak
for
show.
real. Yeah, exactly. And, so I was kind of skeptical, but I wasn't skeptical because of Robert Pattinson or the fact that they were making a Batman movie. It was more of just like, especially just how the climate is of superhero movies. I was just kind of like in distaste a little bit.
We were getting kind of tired.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of had a little bit of fatigue. Yeah, I'm admit.
Jesus, I didn't want this fatigue to exist.
You're right.
To be real, this is something that Steven Spielberg talked about I remember he quoted saying that westerns became a fatigue, became outdated.
Yeah.
And here we are now with superhero movies. And I'm not saying we are entirely there, because we have some masterpiece movies like Joker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have you know projects where it sounds like people are trying with the Batman. So going back to Jonah Hill, I think this was all greed. I don't know the exact. I believe he was asking for $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was asking for $10 million, which is way more than I believe Robert was getting paid.
Yeah.
And I'm positive that his role was not going to be that big. Now, let us just speculate on his role and how big and how minor it could have been. He could have very easily just been a crooked cop in the Gotham Police Department. He could have been a villain like a Riddler. Some people are saying Penguin. I like to dismiss that. I think that they're going to do something different with him. But whatever. Either way, it could not have been that big. I don't know why he would go in there asking for too much. This is the same BS negotiation tactics that Disney and Sony were doing, where when you walk in with a number and it's just clearly no, we can't afford you. You're making us not be able to afford you. And does the question not come to mind of do you not want to be in the Batman world, dude? Are you not willing to negotiate your price to be affordable so that you could be a part of this world? Because I would jump up and down at the opportunity and say, pay me whatever the hell you want to, just to let me be in this Batman movie, and let us do this right.
No, you're right. And as I was saying before too, is like when Jonah Hill was on this project, it made me more excited because of his resume. You know? Because Jonah Hill's been doing really good shit recently. So I'm very interested in whatever the fuck he was playing. You know what I'm saying? Him a villain, that would be fucking awesome. Or him whatever. Just him being a part of it is cool. But then for him to exit because of money, you're right. To your point, it's like you clearly don't value even being associated with that. Mm-hmm. Which, look, I could understand maybe, I get it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't think it was anything. Right? I don't know. I just, I don't know, dude. I'm surprised it was about money. That's what I was thinking. I was honestly wanting to hear a more technical.
It's not schedule.
Yeah,
it's not he wants to work on other projects.
Yeah,
it's not that they didn't see eye to eye with the character.
Yeah, exactly.
It was money.
Yeah, it was weird. It was It is weird. It is weird.
It is weird.
You know what I think?
What?
I think he was just not interested at all, or barely interested in this role, and he was like, he told his agent, you know what, give him a ridiculous number and they give it to me, I'll do it.
Why?
I guess he's just not interested. Or
I mean, what that would mean?
Is he too cool for this? Is he too cool?
Are we
Does
just
he think
wrong
he's
about
too
Jonah
cool?
Hill?
Maybe he prefers something more.
I don't know. You go to anybody, bro, anybody, motherfucker, and you say you want to be in a Batman movie, everyone's gonna say yes.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't know. I mean, Jonah Hill could be a different type. Who's like
maybe
who takes his stuff more seriously.
Maybe.
Look,
maybe.
I think he's missing out.
Oh,
I think
for
he's
sure.
missing
Well,
out.
yeah. Absolutely. This could be a bluff too. It could be a bluff too.
This could be some BS thing where we hear the next
Yeah,
day, Jonah Hill is in.
Yeah.
Same with Tom Holland's back as Spider-Man
type shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did we hear all that? Stuff
Do
all
we
the
want to call that
time,
out? You
bro?
want to place money on this right now, boy?
I don't want to place bets, but it's just like
Come on, cough it up.
I would be
$10
disappointed,
Jonah
but
Hill
I
comes
wouldn't be
back.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this maybe is some beef, And that's why when you said it being released at 2021, I was like, we're already talking about it now because we also have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah.
And the fact that Catwoman is a character, that is very, very interesting. A very interesting choice too.
Yeah, so apparently, if you guys don't know much about this movie, apparently the
Did I say her name right? I'm sorry.
I think you did. I hope so.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure.
the world that they're doing is a type of noir detective style. Apparently, it takes place in one night. It has to do with the Halloween story of Batman with a lot of his villains in it. I think a lot of the people that they're casting for this are pretty young. Who is the new Riddler? What's the name?
Paul Dano.
Paul Dino.
Dino.
Prisoners. Have you seen Prisoners?
Absolutely, yeah, it's a good movie.
Oh my god.
He looks like a Riddler.
Yes.
Like he just looks like someone that is up to a lot of tomfoolery, just a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's always thinking of something, man. Like
yeah,
he's
always
plotting
fucking
something.
around with a Rubik's cube or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
This was
Still some
perfect,
shit.
man. If you guys haven't seen Prisoners, it's with Hugh Jackman,
Mhm.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Hugh Jackman's daughter goes missing, and one of the suspects is this actor. I keep forgetting his name.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dino.
Dino.
Dino, like dinosaur.
Well, it's Dano. Dano.
Look, I'm not fully familiar with this
Like
with
dinosaur?
homie's resume and
Yeah,
his
yeah.
and his heritage and his full name and all that BS. But I liked what I saw that what he did in Prisoners, and I think for that alone he is perfect for Riddler. I think that and you put on a Riddler hat and boom.
Yeah, yeah.
You
just
got
you
it.
give him the cane with the question mark on it. You know what I mean?
Nah, I was actually just watching clips today of Batman Forever with Val Kilmer and Jim
yes,
Carrey
yeah.
as Riddler.
Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face, bro. You know, it's
as long
actually
as we don't get that, I think we're okay.
It's actually kind of interesting that you say that because I remember watching Batman Forever and actually being kind of spooked by Jim Carrey's weird, slender Riddler.
God.
It was so like just weird.
His Ace Ventura Riddler.
Yes, pretty much. You know, I want an Edward Nigma. You know, I want a real Riddler. It's
I don't
one of my
even.
favorite characters.
I doubt he's the main
villains.
villain.
No.
Yeah, he's definitely not the main villain.
Well, it's interesting to say, and it's interesting that these castings are coming out because to me, this makes me more interested in the fact that you're bringing more of the world of Batman into it.
I just want to dive straight into it.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
We all know who Batman is. We all know the backstory. Let's have one crazy night of Batman being Batman. I saw a quote of Robert Pattinson saying that this Batman's morals are a little bit off. He's a little more off edged. Interested to see it. Interested to see the Batman, dude. Whether we have Jonah Hill or not. What other topics do we have going on today, Ruben?
So moving on to our final topic, we got the movie we just left seeing a few minutes ago, and that is Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah, that title, by the way.
Jesus Christ, horrendous.
I was watching the first one. I have it. It's part of my movie collection. It's a cult classic, man.
Yeah.
Zombieland.
Of course
It's a cult classic.
The first one was
Everybody
great.
has seen it. Everybody knows Zombieland. In the back, it says the funniest comedy since The Hangover.
Okay.
That's a pretty bold statement from the first one.
That's interesting.
That is.
Look, a cool poster cover too for it. Also,
But now
back
this
when they
one.
gave a shit about covers and posters.
I mean, granted, I was pretty young when I saw this movie, but I remember seeing this movie, and I remember thinking at the time it was pretty gory, and I remember gagging a few times, dude. Like, oh my god. With my experience with the first movie, I'll never forget it. I loved that movie. And then we had to go and see the new one tonight.
Yeah, we dragged ourselves,
to the premiere to see that to see it.
bro. Damn. Man.
Is this worth your time? Is this worth your guys' money to go and see it? The answer you may find disappointing.
Look, this is a classic case of like just like a failed experiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you watch this movie, Zombieland 2, when there's a better version of the second one, which is the first one? Basically, what I'm saying is, like, scrap the second one. Just watch the first one. Because the first Zombieland, I agree, is fucking iconic as shit. Great zombie effects.
Yes.
You know? Great zombie effects.
And this one ditched that and went full CGI. double the budget. They went full CGI instead of prosthetics, practical, like they were known
Practical
for.
effects, yes.
For the first one, and the CGI in this one is just so bad with all the locations, all the
sets,
buildings.
yeah,
They clearly filmed everything on a set and not at an actual location. There was they shot everything in a car and the green screen in the background.
Yeah, it's almost like every set was built for the camera to move exactly.
Like they could only meet at this one sound stage to make this movie possible. If you guys really want to make this movie, well, dude, it's got to be all shot here.
And I guess they also forgot the aspect of the zombies too. They just didn't give a fuck.
This movie, obviously, we weren't fans of. It's not really that much worth your guys' time. I think Jesse Eisenberg had charisma. I liked how much confident he was in this. It was just a little weird revisiting him, knowing that we just had him right off the bat with Lex Luthor.
Dude, I still
and then
remember
he goes
those
right
angles,
back to this
man.
character. It just proves my point out. Why did we cast this guy as our Lex Luthor if this is all that he plays?
Did he even look good bald?
No.
He even looked good bald.
His chemistry with Emma Stone was nowhere there. They did not. They've been together apparently for 10 years.
Yeah, forced.
And all of a sudden he proposes, and she dips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is no real relationship built between these characters over these 10 years. They are willing to leave and ditch each other at any point in time, and just for them all to get back together.
You know, yeah, and no problems or no issues were resolved.
No.
Nothing ever had to happen.
Listen, we can't talk about this movie without there being any slight spoilers, but this is pretty general stuff about this movie. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't listen to this. That being said, moving forward, the real motivation of this entire movie is Little Rock, the little girl. Yeah, Little Rock.
Not so
She leaves the group because she feels isolated. She wants to meet people her age. She wants to meet a boy. She wants to fall in love. She's been in this zombie apocalypse for how long, and she hasn't had, a normal childhood experience. Yeah, screw all those themes. Those are right out the door because she just bumps into some rando pothead dude and she's safe. The rest of the movie,
Dude,
she's in the car having conversations with him.
That character had no idea of it, no business being there, dude. I thought he was gonna be some type of villain or something like that.
I thought he was gonna turn on her.
Yeah, some type of
nothing
like
pans out. Every character is very disposable. People end up with each other just to end up with each other. There's the zombies.
Not good zombies, dude. Not good zombies, man. Not good zombies, bro. Look. Zombies are something that you could do very easy and very, very cheap, right? So it's like the fact that they would even resort to CGI zombies doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
They
you know what I'm saying?
It was as if they were the only superheroes because no one else did anything. They were the only ones defending them against all of those zombies. Which was a lot.
Oh. Yeah, Jesus.
The jokes didn't really land. I remember thinking like at least 20 minutes into the movie, like when is the first joke really gonna hit? There's a running gag. There's a running gag with what's his name? Columbus's rules. This whole movie runs on his rules, which I don't remember. I remember his rules in the first one, but this one is just rule. There's a whole sequence of him and some other dude going back and forth between rules and commandments.
Oh my god! For
and
8 minutes,
the graphics
dude.
for those titles.
Yeah, they're just like knocking each other down and stuff like that. It's so animated, bro. It's so ridiculous. It's like I wish this shit wasn't true.
I remember when the finale was happening. I turned to you and I asked. I was like, "Is this the finale?"
No, dude. No, we had a golden egg waiting for us. You know what I'm saying? We had that bird.
If you
Bill
stay
Murray hitter,
tuned, there's a
just
mid-credit
waiting,
scene.
just sitting back there for that after credit scene, bro. Just in case you weren't done.
And which, by the way, that's one of my favorite jokes in the first one, where when he's dying and they ask him, "Do you have any regrets?" And he's Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield.
This one, he's
Garfield.
giving a interview for
didn't
Garfield
even
3, and they
show
didn't
They didn't even show it. The Garfield face, dude.
He's doing promotion for Garfield 3.
How lazy.
And all it is just his paws doing the 3. And yeah, there's no Garfield pictures anywhere around this whole arena.
Dude.
There's just not even the Garfield font, like some other random font.
They tried. They went through every bob and weave
What
not
was
to
it
get
called?
sued.
Flabby
pretty
Wabby?
much. Tabby Flabby, some bullshit. Some bullshit.
I
Bullshit.
thought it was really lazy. I thought
Yeah, the
I thought it was a missed
audacity.
opportunity to like do a really good joke of,
And you know,
like,
Bill Murray got paid for that.
he looked so old.
Yeah, dude.
He looked so
bro,
old.
he did look old
man.
as fuck,
And they were
man.
claiming that this was back in 2009. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, I hate when they referred back to it. Oh, that sounds like something you would say back in 2009. Hardy R.
Yeah, we went in there asking how
so
the movies now love to make 2019 jokes. These
stupid,
political
bro.
jokes for the culture, and of course they that was one example of it.
Bro, I was done. I was done. Like there were just so many. There's just so many weird things happening. Okay,
And these are the same writers and directors that came back. to
yeah,
do
and
this. It's the
exactly.
same
that
creative team.
doesn't make any sense at all because this felt like a completely different fucking movie, dude. You know?
This felt lazy. This felt like a Netflix movie. I'm really mad that I spent my money on this,
Same, bro.
and I'm mad that we're having those kinds of conversations because we skipped
Robbery.
out on Gemini Man. We skipped out on Aladdin. I
Oh.
know I'm just naming the Will Smith movie.
Skip out on
But
all
but
of them,
what,
brother.
but Men in Black International we
No.
skipped out on.
Rambo,
But
Rambo, Last Blood. We
Last
said hell
Blood,
no. We
yeah.
said keep it. Keep
And look, we've been through it.
We've been through it.
We saw Dora,
saw Dora.
the Explorer. We almost got kicked out for Dora the
Yes,
Explorer. Do you
yes.
remember
Oh,
that,
yeah,
man?
Absolutely. Dora the Explorer made us a bad moviegoer. Us bad moviegoers. And we almost had to get escorted out because it was so painful to watch and experience that movie, dude. Jesus Christ. We did it to ourselves. We did.
We did.
But fuck it, you know.
We heard that movie was being made, and we committed to ourselves that we were gonna watch it when it came out, and we did. And that movie was just at a trippy part, and the gentleman came up to us and and accused us of yelling at children.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
I wasn't
said,
here.
"Hey, you can't be
Yeah,
yelling
yeah.
and screaming at children." And there was barely anybody in
Yeah.
that theater, mind you. So we were looking around like, "What children? Who are you talking about?" And he was like, "I don't know what kind of movie you think you're at."
Like we're truly
but-
robbing people of their time to watch and experience Adora, the Lost City of Gold.
Ronan was like,
Yeah.
"Just look at the script. Look at what we're looking at, man.
dude.
What's
Seriously, bro.
happening?"
Seriously, like, do you understand?
We've
what's
seen
going
pretty
on?
bad
Yeah,
movies,
dude.
is the
Oh my
point.
god, bro. Oh my god.
It's unfortunate. I think this is definitely a waste of your time. You don't need to see Zombieland double tap. Unfortunately, people, you don't have to see that this weekend. Maleficent also comes out this weekend. Is that something that you need to watch? We did not go and see it. That's a movie that
the
we're gonna
world
have to
will
skip.
never know. You know what I'm saying?
But
Well, we'll never
the word on the street is that movie is not going to do so hot. So
what was the rating on
dare.
it? What was the tomato score?
For what?
Maleficent? Or-
Maleficent.
Did they
No,
lift
now we're
the
talking about
embargo?
Maleficent.
Yeah, I'm just interested.
did.
I'm just interested.
I'm sure they did. It's got to be around like the 60%.
43.
40.
Wow.
Even my optimism.
I was thinking like 37 low key, but 43?
It's not a movie you really need to see. I'm gonna assume, guys, and it's not just and we're not just saying that because it says it on Rotten Tomatoes. Those trailers looked horrible. Mistress of Evil.
Yeah, there are just some movies that are completely violating to human biology. And you know, these are them. Just don't experience them. They're gonna make you retarded. They're gonna make you. They're just gonna make you stupid. Just do yourself a favor.
You're gonna be drooling on the floor.
Yeah. We walk so you guys can run. We experience these movies
So
to tell
you don't
that.
have
So
to.
you don't have to. Exactly.
And we don't want you to. We
Yeah,
don't want
no.
you guys.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What other movies do we have coming out,
We
man?
got Jojo Rabbit. We got
Jojo Rabbit's next week.
Yes, I believe so.
What do you think about that?
Oh, I'm excited for Jojo
Me too.
Rabbit. I was just watching Taika Waititi on.
He's a weird motherfucker.
Jimmy
bro.
Kimmel.
He's a weird.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
weirdo.
weird.
But I like weirdos,
Love,
so.
dude.
Yeah, those people. Those are the motherfuckers that need to be making movies.
He brought his
100%.
parents when he was on Jimmy Kimmel the other night. His mom and his dad.
That's crazy.
And I thought it was really cool, dude. Like, they're a little old, and he's an older gentleman as well. And,
yeah.
and for him to bring his parents like that and them support him the way he did, I was proud to see him pretty much. I was
Yeah.
like, man, Taika Waititi's come a long way in his career from what they do in the shadows, what he's done with the Thor movies. I think Jojo Rabbit is a great movie for him going back to his roots and doing what he does best. I'm excited to see that. That's next week. What else comes out?
I mean, that's pretty much it. Until we got the Terminator. We got the.
Oh, jeez, no.
Oh.
Please no. If you do want to see Terminator Dark Fate, I would be someone to volunteer. I would be a worthy volunteer. I'm willing to see any
You're willing
fucking.
to
I'm
take the
willing to
bullet.
see anything, dude. But
We
like,
just might go see it so you guys don't have to.
yeah.
But
Jesus
I doubt
Christ.
that this movie.
we need it for the podcast.
We need it for the podcast. Unfortunately, we
It'd
need
be
the
like that. It'd be like that, man. Jojo Rabbit. Taika Waititi's a weird person, and I trust weird people like that to make movies.
Absolutely.
However, this might sound terrible, but I hope that movie isn't about maybe that's the satire of being a Nazi and stuff like that though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what that movie is, but like I don't know. I like when the Nazis and stuff like that they're used in concepts and stuff like that is more to build the world. Like I know maybe we're going way too out
I know
of line.
exactly what you're
You know what
talking
I'm
about,
saying?
And I do think the
Yeah.
Nazi aspect is a secondary thing.
Okay, then that's okay.
And
yeah.
I think the main stories between the two friends, the two little
Yeah,
boys,
yeah.
and how they see the world from intolerance and hate,
Mm.
and their perspective on it, and how that perspective may or may not change.
Mm-hmm.
And the Nazi thing is just kind of the secondary thing. I like to think I actually am viewing this movie as the better version of Good Boys.
It's good.
We saw
yeah,
Good
true.
Boys. Don't watch
True.
that movie.
That's cool aesthetics, low key. I'm into all of the way it looks and stuff
Absolutely, absolutely. What else do we got going on, Ruben?
Let's see. I'm looking here at the schedule. Not really much. We got that movie with the Russo brothers called, was it
21 Bridges. When does that? I feel like we've been talking
That's
about
in
that
November.
movie for. Oh, that's
I
November.
could have sworn.
November
bro.
22nd.
I've been talking about that movie since Jesus left Chicago, bro. Because I could have sworn that it came out in September, bro. I would have died by that. I remember seeing that trailer for so long.
Yeah.
And hearing about it coming out. I swear it came out in September, but I guess not. I don't know.
I think I am a little worried about this movie because we have been seeing a pattern of these movies being produced by big names and directed by smaller names. People like just try and get like their inning in their directorial debut. So this is produced by the Russo brothers. I don't
We'll
know.
just have to wait and see, to be honest.
Does that excite? I remember the trailer came out like right after Endgame.
Yeah.
So they were following that whole hype of it all.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what's interesting is I don't see that trailer anymore.
You
Like,
don't?
dude, I haven't seen out of all the movies
They're
we've
overly marketed.
yeah, I haven't seen the 21 Bridges trailer anymore. Like maybe
We see the Doctor Sleep trailer every time we go to every movie.
I don't see it anymore.
I'm sure we'll get one soon.
Maybe
Probably
I don't know. I'm still interested in seeing it though.
this month.
Chadwick Boseman. But I don't really trust those produced by X movies because they fooled us with Guillermo del Toro for Scary Stories.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was
Brightburn.
See, I'm not a huge horror fan, but with you, we see horror movies pretty often.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah.
Like that's when I'm watching horror movies is when I'm with you. But
Yeah.
even then, we're not even like scratching the surface. Absolutely not. But with Brightburn and Scary Stories, I remember how excited we were to go and see it,
Yes.
hoping for something fresh,
Different. Yeah,
something
yeah,
different.
yeah, absolutely.
Scary Stories, we wanted a better version of Goosebumps.
Mhm.
That story was so.
And Goosebumps is still tight. Goosebumps is still tight.
Are you talking about
Not the
one with
movie,
Jack
not the
Black?
movie. I'm
Oh.
talking about the R.L. Stein shits. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like the
heart
real books.
dropped
You know what
for
I'm
a
saying?
second.
No, hell no. Hell no. Bury
Remember-
that fucking movie,
Remember, I
dude.
saw it in theaters by myself. Don't know.
Oh God, you said no, bro. God, man. You good?
Did it cut out?
No.
Oh, I'm so fucking sorry you had to experience that, dude. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Who does that? Why would you do that to yourself?
I think there was like nothing else to watch. man.
God, you were.
It was like the
scraping
summer
barrel.
Finding Dory came out, and Goosebumps was also out. I think the movies have not been good to us lately. With the hit
Have
of
not been
Dark
kind.
Phoenix,
Oh, jeez.
Four Stick,
Yeah.
we've been through it.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got going on, Ruben?
We got life going on, bro. You know. But when we talk about, you know, I was gonna piggyback on your point though. When we talked about horror movies and Brightburn and stuff like that, we really did. Even when those trailers were getting weird, I still gave those movies a chance because you're right. I wanted something different. I wanted something fresh, and we were really hopeful. Really hopeful. And it was real. It was real trickery and real deception and illusion for those movies to not be as good as we thought they were. We weren't even expecting for them to be excellent.
We're not expecting much when we go and see these movies. We are just looking for something fresh, something different, for these filmmakers to be a little bit more logical. Did we not? We saw Toy Story 4 together.
Yes, dude. Yes, we did.
And I do think that that's a good example because that was a movie of trickery.
Oh my God.
I do believe, and this is probably a conspiracy, that Toy Story 4 really tricked everybody into thinking that it was a phenomenal movie.
Absolutely fucking
And it
did,
was
bro.
not.
This happens all the time. They did that with Frozen. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that
Frozen
movie's
was
gonna
not
make money.
that good.
The second one's gonna make money, bro.
Oh
It's gonna
my
make money.
Jesus Christ,
Just
dude.
wait.
That is when the doomsday clock begins.
Just you wait.
Jesus, bro. All those evil businessmen just cackling and laughing because they pretty much just had to jerk off on this movie and just ship it out. You know what I'm saying? Jesus fucking Christ. You know, what can you do? What are you gonna do? You know, original ideas are hard to do now.
Yeah, I got a gig in a little bit right now. I'm about to go shoot at a nightclub. That's one thing that I do mostly on the weekends. Is I do a lot of marketing and promotional work for different clubs around here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy stuff. I'm not crazy about it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's work.
It's work.
Work.
You know, I get most of the weekdays off to do, you know, the creative projects that we do. And so, you know, the lot of the jobs that I do on the weekends is what helps me have that kind of creative free time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This has been fun.
This
This
has
has
been
been
fun.
fun.
Yep. I feel it went really well with our topics. A few little technical difficulties. We'll adjust for the second episode, which will hopefully talk about the Star Wars trailer that is getting ready to drop. We're gonna get tickets on sale Monday. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys.
I'm excited. We're definitely going to be getting our tickets once they drop. We'll be here to talk about all that stuff with you guys. Keep you guys up to date on everything that's going on in Hollywood. When trailers drop, news drops. If you guys also have any topics that you want brought in for the show, you can send them to us on our social media page. The description will be down below, and you can send us in questions, and we'll answer them at the end of the show. I'm really excited about this podcast, man. This is something that we've been talking about doing for so long, and now we're finally doing it. But we can't control all the shitty movies that are coming out.
We will never be able to.
Never.
So we'll only be here to give you the unfortunate news. But we'll also be having great creative conversations. We'll be doing interviews with other local creative artists right here on this couch. And I'm looking forward to all that, man.
Yes, very excited to be doing these conversations because we do them all the fucking time. I'm excited to have other people listening to whatever weird magisteria we come up with or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? So, till next time.
Till
stay
next
black.
time. Thank you for joining us, everybody. This has been Opus Vita Talks. We'll see you next week.
Stay black, America.
Stay black.